Hello, welcome to a brief video tutorial that I've put together for you on some of the settings in Blogger and also in WordPress, focusing more on Blogger. What you see here is the kind of sandbox blog that I created for this class for this semester, and so I've got a couple of test posts on it, and pretty standard, pretty boring layout. And sidebar over here with some information in it. And so when you kind of go to your dashboard for your blog, you probably wind up somewhere here looking at your posts, and then you can do a new post and get going on that. You may have also noticed some other options over here on the side, and I think the first one I wanted to talk to you about is theme. So this is showing me my blog, what it looks like on a computer and what it looks like on a mobile device. And so I chose, I think, the simple look to start with. But then, they only showed a few options at the beginning. But then when you look, you realize that there are really a number of different options available to you. And any of these that you choose, you can further modify. So, okay, and there are a couple of ways to kind of customize your theme, your appearance of your blog. Just from these little thumbnails, you can click and apply that theme. It'll give you an expanded version of it, and this is what my blog looks like with this new theme, and I think I'm gonna go with it. So it also has a different layout than what I had before. Before it had the wider column on the right and narrow column on the left, and I kind of like this a little bit better. So I'm just gonna select apply to blog. Okay, so my theme has been applied to my blog. I'll go back here and refresh. Okay, and so there is my blog now with the new theme. And also, if I wanted to, I could go up here to the top where it shows what it looks like live on a blog and on mobile. And there's a customize option right here. Okay, so you can do much more from this particular window. Apologize for some of these weird looking red up here. Something's going on with my monitor. But anyway, you can scroll through the available kind of family designs. So we saw the simple ones. But then you can also go into background and remove image and put in another image, change the color scheme, adjust widths for the entire blog or for the right sidebar. You can adjust the layout in here, and here with advanced you can choose different fonts and make them different colors and different sizes and etc. So you have quite a range of control in Blogger. Okay, so that's pretty much what you're looking at in terms of the theme. Let me go to settings, because there are a number of things you might want to pay attention to in here. That a lot of it is default settings, but some of it you might want to control. So they show the title, and I can change that right here. Description, so oftentimes near the top, in this same area, we might have a description of what that blog is about. So, okay, and privacy, you can control that. I pretty much just leave it the way it is. And then permission, blog authors, so you can add authors, and you could control blog readers, and okay, moving on to post, comments, and sharing. 7 posts on the page. and who can comment. Registered user includes OpenID. If you set it up for anonymous, sometimes I think you can get bots and anonymous users and a lot of spam showing up in your comment section. So this is one way to control that. I'll show you down here a little bit further another way. So comment moderation, I find it easiest just put never on it, and then you can always go back and address anything if it is necessary. And then show word verification. This is that reCAPTCHA thing, those funny looking words that you have to type into a box. This is another way to kind of prevent bots and spammers, is that you have to be a human to be able to read those words or numbers and type them in. So okay, and let me go into not much else down here, but email, language and formatting, search preferences, other. Here's how you completely delete your blog, and okay, and that's basically it in the settings, but definitely some important things in there. And now I wanted to show you the layout options. And so this is the layout of my blog right now. And don't really like a few things about the layout. I don't like these two narrow columns, so I'm going to do something about that later. But mainly I want to come down below the header and look, and there's this thing called a cross column. You notice it says add a gadget, so we're going to start using that here in a second. Blog posts, and there's post and post, and then the sidebar, search this blog, followed by email, pages, about me, and they kind of have these little handles on them, so I can move that up to the top. And but I mentioned the add a gadget thing earlier, and this is how we're going to add a blog roll. So click on add a gadget, and there are a number of different gadgets here. And blog archive, we don't need that. We already have that, I believe. Oh, it's not on there. Sometimes it's already on there. And pages, we don't need that. Link list, you can do that, but that's not the one that we're looking for. And then blog list is the one that we're looking for. Let me come back to it in a second, because I think there's one more down here that's just a list. So this might not be hypertextual. It might just be a list of, like they say here, favorite books, movies, or anything else you like. So, but we'll go back to the blog list and click on that. And then title, it just says my blog list. I'm going to change that and make it recommended blogs. And then how do you want it to sort? Most recently updated or alphabetical? It's up to you. And show all blogs, 5, 10, 25. Show the icon, the title of the most recent icon. Sometimes item. Sometimes a snippet of the most recent item, date of last update, anything you want to do. And they should make this a button down here, but there's some text down here that says add a blog to your list. So I'm going to go ahead and add a blog. You just cut and paste the URL in here, and I'm going to type in my other blog address. So I just realized I probably don't need the www at the beginning. Okay, so I clicked on add, and there it is. The technological imperative showed up in my list. And so you can keep adding to the list, and once you're done, click save. And there's my recommended blog showed up right there. I think I'll drop that down a little bit. And so that's my layout at this point. And let me go back and refresh my page. Okay, I thought I swapped it around to where the About Me was at the top, but this showed up, my blog list over here. And also, when I'm in my blog right now, you may notice that you have these little tools here. And that's when you're logged in on your own blog. And so you could, if I wanted to add more blogs to this list, I can do it right here instead of having to go, back into layout and clicking on the edit and adding blogs this way. So those are some things about Blogger, the theme chooser and all the adjustments that you can make, the settings that you can make, and then layout, and anything that you see kind of these gray bars on, you can kind of move them around. You can add and subtract different things. So I'm not going to go into pages, and I don't think we really need to talk about anything else here. So there's Blogger, and let me show you WordPress. Hang on just a second. Okay, so on WordPress, I think the capability of using widgets and gadgets and stuff is not as robust as, or at least apparently so, on WordPress as it is on Blogger. So I like Blogger for that. I like WordPress for their nice layouts. So, and it's also just kind of straightforward. So if you just want to write and publish, I think WordPress is a great way to go. So, unfortunately, in WordPress, we don't have the option to add a blog roll. So, what I'm going to recommend there are some plugins, but you have to kind of upgrade to use those. And so, what I recommend is that you add a page. So, click on Add Page. And then give this, a title like you're doing a blog posting, and then list your blogs on there, and then share that blog address with me. So, okay. So I think that's about all we can do in terms of WordPress. I'm just looking at stats right now, but there are blog posts and themes. You can customize your theme, and I chose a pretty standard theme, but then I did a Google search for images, and this is how I got the ones and zeros image and replaced it in the banner up here. So again, we see the little tools basically that'll take us to where we can edit the menu. I haven't tried that, whether you could edit the menu and add the name of your page on there. I think you probably can. So, and here we can control site identity and colors and background and fonts, header image, menus. Okay, so X out of that. And there are some settings as well. The title, the tagline, site icon. I think that's just a standard WordPress icon. Language, privacy on it, and site tools. So WordPress is, I think, more streamlined, simpler, and when it comes to adding a blog list, you're just going to have to add a page. So I'll write up some of this, and in the meanwhile, those are my thoughts on this. Good luck adding a blog roll to your blog, and see you in class. Thank you.